So this is it. This is the baby. And even the case is a little bit aged, I would say. She's a beauty. Gibson Les Paul, arguably the most iconic guitar, besides the Strat, of course. As I'm a mainly Strat player, or Strat shape player now, I have to admit that the Gibson Les Paul is the most iconic electric guitar shape. Even though I'm a Strat player or single coil player most of the time, I have to admit that the Les Paul electric guitar shape is arguably the most known electric guitar shape. I'm pretty sure that it's the most discussed, most hated and most loved guitar in the guitar community, and also Gibson as a brand is discussed about a lot in the community, the forums, the YouTube world, the guitar world. Everywhere is the Gibson Les Paul. And I, as you know my channel right now, in the guitar videos, I give you a brief history what my journey is with the guitar, and then we unbox a Gibson Murphy aged guitar, not a Murphy lab, it's a Murphy aged, a real one, the real deal, the almost real deal if you want. I just want to know if they are as good or as bad or whatever as the community tells us all the time, and all the YouTubers and all the influencers and all the guitar heroes. So I have to say, the guitar itself is... The first thing I would say is I love to look at a Gibson Les Paul, and I love if someone can play a Gibson Les Paul and if it sounds good on a Les Paul, it sounds probably pretty amazing. I love to watch, for example, Tom Bukovac play his 58 or his 59. The gold top in the Rick Beato video, for example. Just something about the shape is it's so beautiful to watch. I mean, a Strat, if you look at a Strat, it's pretty ugly, I would say. Just from a guitar shape and standpoint, just the single coils and all that stuff. And the Les Paul has these, the humbuckers, which they have these pretty sunbursts. They have these tuners, the headstock. I love the Gibson headstock, I have to admit that. I love the headstock. I love the sunburst, the traditional look on the Les Pauls, even though I love the modern look as well. But there's just something about a Gibson Les Paul. I never bonded with them, even though I wanted to. I played them live on gigs, gold tops, sunburst, flash guitars. Yeah, I never really bonded with them. I gave them back, I sold them, and I will share now my personal story with Les Pauls. Then we unbox it, play it, and let's see if the Murphy aged Gibson Les Paul from the custom shop cannot win me over to play Gibsons, or Les Pauls in particular. Then it will never happen again, maybe. I know that every guitar is different, but maybe I also wasn't ready back then to play a Les Paul. I'm a John Mayer guy, but I also had my Slash phase, and you name it. A good Les Paul can sound amazing. So let me tell you my Les Paul story, and we unpack then the 59 Murphy aged, not Murphy lab, Murphy aged Gibson Les Paul, aged by the man himself. And maybe I will finally be a Les Paul player in the studio and on stage, who knows? It could be a very nice counterpart to my Silver Sky or my Strats, or replace maybe my Nick Cooper Crowdstar. Who knows? So are you ready? Let's go. Okay guys, there she is. So excited. So excited for this moment. So this is it. This is the baby, and even the case is a little bit aged, I would say. The moment of truth is here. I have to say it is heavy. It's 3.9 kilograms, so my Nikuba Crowdster is very, very light, and this is one of the main concerns I have, that the Les Paul is heavy, but also maybe the tone is heavy, I don't know. Let's see. I really don't know what the color really looks in real life. R9 Murphy. Let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. Be beautiful. Oh. Put out the newspaper. I can feel it already. Okay, I have to open it. Beautiful pink case. Did not see anything. Doesn't smell like the new Gibson cases for sure. The Gibson Les Paul 2012 Murphy aged R9. Let me look at it. Oh my god. Wow. I told you that I like this. I like the yellow lemon drop stuff, but now I like the cherry and sunburst more, and this is like an iced tea, and oh, it's amazing. Tuna look very new. So it's not light age, it's not heavy age, it's the perfect middle ground. Okay, are you ready? Let's show it with the case. Let's do it like this. Ooh. Hopefully it doesn't fall out right now. Look at it. Look at that. She's a beauty. You will get detailed shots, of course. It's still a little bit cold. I left it in the case because it's very cold outside, -1 degrees. There it is, signed by Tom Murphy. So it's age historic reissue. Look at the aging. There you can see the aging a little bit better. It feels good. Let's play the first chord. Of course, he tuned it down. Very nice. Okay, let's tune it up and see what it sounds like. So I guess I will have to tune it up quite a bit because yeah, it was completely tuned down. Now I stretched them a little bit. It's very cold. The guitar is still cold. I left it in the case for 6 hours now, but still cold. But yeah, let's play the first sounds, and the neck feels already great. Feels really good. Really good. I always want a Les Paul, and then I sell it, and then I want it back, and then I think maybe I just did not find the right one for me, and then I go back and the rabbit hole continues. So I thought, let's buy the real deal before the real deal. So not a real 1959, but as close as you can get it to spec-wise, aging-wise, and all that stuff, that voodoo that is involved. That maybe I get shit for that, but I'm a little bit into those magical things that come with the guitars, the tradition, and all that good stuff. And when I see players like Gary Moore or Slash, it's an amazing guitar. It looks amazing. One of my really first electric guitars. I know exactly how it was. I went into the music shop and I bought I think it's like a greenish Fender Squier. That was the first proper electric guitar that I bought myself. It was okay. I bought it in 2010, I guess. Shortly after that, I wanted to have a Les Paul. And it was an Epiphone Les Paul in Cherry Burst. And I asked the guy in the guitar shop, maybe can you play it for me so I can hear how the Les Paul sounds? He played it for me. Of course, he could play guitar and I was a noob, so for me it was like amazing, sounds amazing. I want the guitar, so I took it home, played it, and then I realized the neck It's a little bit too bulky for me. The humbucker sound is too big for me. It's too loud. So I sold it pretty fastly after that. But the first videos I saw on YouTube back then about the Appetite for Destruction Gibson Les Paul, or then I saw Gary Moore play, it just was like, man, this sounds so amazing, the sustain and the bigness, but I could not control it. For me, it was like I could not really control that sound at that stage. I also, of course, had like a Line 6 Spider, so sounds were there, but I could not truly understand the instrument, and I was not ready for knowing, okay, this is a Les Paul and this is why I want a Les Paul. It just was the look of it. So I love a burst look. So this is the beauty of the burst. All the existing 58, 59 and 1960 Les Pauls are in there. And every year, my favorite guitar in there changes. So the taste changes all the time. I don't know why. It's so complicated for me to decide on a Sunburst. And this is what I now enjoy a lot. So this is from the looks. So it's a 1959 Sunburst, of course, and it's Cherry Burst. And Iced Tea or Cherry Burst are my favorites right now. And in 2014, I liked Lemon Drop or Lemon Fade or stuff like that the most, the more yellow stuff. So that's why I'm choosing the color you will see. Okay, going into the AC30 with the 1176 compressor. I'm a slow hand. I would say I'm a slow hand. I'm not a shredder. I like melodies. I like chords. I love musical stuff. Not that shredding is not musical, but I don't have the ability, but I also never tried to be a shredder. I produce a lot of songs in the studio, a lot of pop productions. I also make worship stuff. I also do hip hop, R&B stuff. My playing is most of the time just accompanying the song and making like melody lines that stick in the heads, or make just accompanying sounds for the songs that you may never hear if you don't specifically listen. So solos with long notes, bendings, Les Paul is great for that with the sustain. And I typically play Strat style guitars, mainly Strat style guitars. And I also have the Nekuba, which is my Les Paul Junior style. It is my humbucker guitar, but I played it so much now, and I want to have a change in the humbucker universe. The Les Paul is, from a visual standpoint, as I said, a stunner for me. It always was, but I never could bond with the one. And yeah, now I want to know if the best Les Paul I can get on the market right now, from my personal point of view, is that good that I keep it, play it, and have that workhorse for the rest of my life. And I know it's overkill maybe to have a Murphy H Les Paul, but if I would play a Murphy Lab and it was not right, maybe I would think I need to play a Murphy H, and if I don't have a Murphy H, then I don't play any Les Paul ever. If I don't like that guitar, I will never like a Les Paul, even though maybe there's another guitar out there, okay? So 59 because of the neck. Don't want the chunkier necks from the 58. The 1960 is too slim for me. I had a 1960 custom shop Les Paul in Lemon Drop in 2014. As I said, did not bomb with it. Looked amazing. I could not get out what I wanted. I put in some Joe Bonamassa pickups. I put in, I put out the custom shop pickups. I still have them because I sold the guitar with the Joe Bonamassa pickups. I had a Les Paul traditional in 2013. Before that, custom shop guitar, and I thought, no, just too glossy for me. It's not quite what I want. And then I saw the VOS 1960 custom shop, and it was exactly the look I wanted. So I sold that, bought that, and had it for 1 year, I think, and sold it again. So now 10 years later, 2000, it's 11 years later, or 12 if you look at the traditional, or 16 if you look at the Epiphone that I had. My Les Paul journey should come to a successful end. So I want to try that Murphy H guitar, 1959, and see if it's a keeper. Sustain for days, guys. Wow, makes so much fun. Wow. So does it ring? It rings so good. The weight is still good, it's 3.9 kilograms. I mean, if you would play it 2 hours on stage, could hurt. But it's here on the lab, it's fine. Just my first impression, it's just gorgeous, man. Wow. So by no means I'm a Gary Moore, by no means I'm Slash, by no means I'm Tim Pierce or Tom Bukovac, but somehow I make a living playing music and producing music and playing guitar. And the Gibson Les Paul is always like a bucket list guitar of mine that I always, as I said, never bond with and send it back. But now I'm in a stage at my career where I can appreciate what it can do, and I think that was something I could not 10 years ago when I last had my custom shop Les Paul, and I did not really know what I love on guitars, so I just played my 4 or 5 guitars that I knew, and the neck is so comfortable, it's amazing. It sounds so much beefier than my Nikuba Kreutzer. It's just another guitar, really. It is another guitar, but wow, it has so much balls and it's so much power. I like the neck, the bridge, but I also like the middle pickup a lot. What I don't like on Les Pauls is when the pickup has no pickup cover. Just from a look, the Zebra, I think it's a lot cleaner like this. I like the pick guard, even though it makes no sense because if you put it away you can see the guitar in its whole glory. But that's just for me the look of the Les Paul, you know. Got lacquer cracks. Can tell it's been played. And it has already some stories. I mean, it's from 2012, so it really has some stories, I guess. I play now a loop and I use my Kemper profiler for that, and I made some Kemper profiles that you can have for absolutely free. Link is in the description. It's brufiomusic.com/guitar, and you can just download the Kemper profiler pack. And if I update some stuff in the future, you will get notified via the newsletter. Okay, so I will play now something here on my Phantom, loop it, and then just get lost in the playing, I guess. your Les Paul opinion. Let me know in the comments. I love the engagement on my Silver Sky video. I love that we can share some opinions with each other and tell me if I'm crazy or not. I'm more of a light aging to ultra light. This is a little bit more, I would say, but not heavy aged. So it's perfectly in the middle. I have never seen it in real life. I just talked to the guy on the phone and I looked at pictures. He played it, all the good stuff. He had 4 Murphy H and I picked that one. I love the old tuners, the cream tuners, and I hope that the freaking G string stays in tune. So that's my take on a Gibson Les Paul. And I'm a little bit strange, even though I know that the heritage guitars, for example, are amazing, or the Maybach guitars. There are a lot of nice Les Pauls. But on the Gibson headstock, I'm a little bit, it was hard enough to get used to the PRS headstock on my Strat, on the John Mayer Silver Sky. On a Les Paul, I need to see that Gibson headstock. I know it's so weird and maybe it doesn't make sense, but I want to try. So if I don't bond with that guitar, my Gibson Les Paul journey is over for the next 10 years. Wow, okay, you saw my hands. Look, 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 look. 1.5 hours later, and I'm pretty happy, I have to say. The thing is, now I really know what I have to listen for. 10 years ago, it was just like, yeah, just playing, but I could not get the nuances out of it. As I said, I'm not the best guitarist in the world, but I love to play guitar and I play for over 15 years and I'm just more melody song driven, but I love to solo also. I love guitar, I love music, and this guitar helps me make nice music. So man, I enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it. Wow. Some of you guys will love it, some of you guys will hate on it. I don't know. Is it now better than a normal custom shop guitar? I don't know. But it's played in, it's really nicely relicked or aged. I will not be scared to play it because I'm not afraid to make a scratch or another scratch on it. And it's a player, it's a keeper. Let me know in the comments what you think. I think there are some new strings on it, so it stayed in tune after I tuned it, stretched it a little bit, tuned it again. It stayed in tune. So far, nothing bad from the G string. Now I will just get used to it, have fun with it. Guys, let me know in the comments. What do you think? How does it sound in my hands? Does it suit me with a Les Paul? It's just, I'm not used to it. But I love the look. Look at this look of the guitar. This is the space where I think guitars are the most beautiful, from this camera angle. From this camera angle. I don't like it as much if you play like this. I love it when the camera angle is like this. Okay guys, I'm out. So now let's go to the outro. Peace out.